Well, it might help if I check my mic before I go live, huh, guys? Good morning, everybody. All right. Oh, looks like we got a full house. Danielle, what's up? Says, I'm ready for the tea. Some scrumpets. Hey, look, my coffee cup see through. Would you look at that? D, what's good, D? How are you? Wanda. Good to see you, Wanda. So, what is up, everybody? Got Mandy in the house. What's up, Mandy? Yep, loud and clear, V. Sorry about that mix up. I don't know what happened. Blame it on a mod. Schizophrenia. It's the second time I've seen that. Are they confirming that's something that was going on with Kegan Kline? Hey, what up, Arch? It's been great having you as a member. Dropping all those documents and all that information on the Ron Logan. We might talk about that stuff today, so much appreciated, sir. All right. Willow, I'm not sure who diagnosed him with schizophrenia, but that individual needs to reevaluate. Where are you guys getting this information? I know he made some comments about it in his transcript, but I thought he was epileptic or something, not schizo. Oh, and by the way, our good friend Bossy, she's actually at the hearing right now. Last time she messaged me, she said that Kegan was up on the stand and was, I guess, giving his testimony about something. And she is going to call in and let us know what happened the second they have recess. So we will get boots on the ground reporting from our good friend Bossy here in just a moment to let us know what was going on. You guys can hear me okay, right? I was busy doing a bunch of stuff for the live stream and I lost track of time. He diagnosed himself, huh? Interesting. Per Rich Nye at WTHR, KK told the judge he thinks he is bipolar and schizophrenic. That's not an official diagnosis. Right. Like the other day when I was having my medical issue, I literally thought I was having a heart attack. But when doctors and paramedics came and they weren't tripping at all. They're like, nah, you're just panicked right now. You're not going to die. It's just really scary. K17 Kales, what's up? Glad you're here too. Thank you. Thank you, V. Jinx, what up? Hopefully you don't jinx things, Jinx. Grismatic, what up? Great video you made. Spreading positivity like that, man, it just heals the soul, you know? Good stuff, man. Go check out Grizz's channel. Looks like it's blowing up too. He's making it go. Carla Hayes, good morning from Southern Illinois. Shout out to the South over there in the Illinois. About $1 for everyone that walks into my office daily saying that. Yeah. I'm bipolar. Oh, you're a doctor too, huh? So you're a bipolar doctor. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, so let's jump right into some of this information. This is going to be a really long stream. I hope you guys are okay with that. We have nothing going on this morning and I have a lot of information I want to go over. Miss Doglover says, I've had panic attacks and you literally feel like you're going to die. Well, I didn't start panicking until my body seized up. If you go through what I went through, you would panic. I mean, your entire body locks up and you're like all scrunched like this in your face. Yeah, it's awful. I think if anybody hasn't experienced it before, you're gonna panic because it feels like your entire body's shutting down. All you can feel are like your lungs breathing. That's it. It's really scary. Everything else is just so tight. My body got so tight it bruised. I got bruises like all over my legs and my arms. It's fucking weird. But yeah, if that happens, you're gonna panic. Shout out to Indiana, Snarky Sass Angel. I love that name. Bird Blue, what's up? Good to see you, Michelle. Oh, how are you? Longer the better. Yeah, we're gonna be here for a while. Some things I want to talk about. But I should probably send this link over to Bossy. Hold on. Excuse me. Give me a moment here, folks. Okay, she says Kline is testifying right now. We will be taking a recess afterwards. Okay, let me send her that link. She's probably already done. Okay, now we just wait. Play the waiting game. I have debilitating anxiety panic attacks. Yeah, I've heard of that. I heard of panic attacks that will cause you to seize. Yeah, that's not what happened to me. Like even the doctor, when he pulled my blood, he's like, I can see that you were overexerting yourself. So I don't know if that has to do with starches and whatever's in your blood. But yeah, we basically took a whole big camp, marched it. Not only did we have to hike all our gear up this hill, but when we were trying to pack it back up, we were racing this huge storm. Like this wind was blowing on us and it was freezing cold and it was like rain mixed with snow. So we were trying to hurry. We are like, let's get the fuck out of here. Let's go to our favorite cafe and have breakfast. Let's get out of here. We've been here for almost 3 days. And I was overexerting myself. So if you're going to be dehydrated and then choose to overexert yourself, you run the risk of seizing your body up. Don't take it from me. Panic attacks are extremely physical. Yep. Let's see. So many wonderful peeps here. Yep. Including you, Jinx. Thanks for hanging out. Was there any footage of KK entering a courthouse? I don't know. I haven't looked that much. I did pull this article. I think this is from Fox. Let's read this. All right. Miami County, Indiana. Kegan Kline is expected to plead guilty today to multiple charges connected to a child exploitation case. Kline, 28, faces more than 24 counts related to child pornography, child exploitation, identity deception, and obstruction of justice. His attorney requested a change of plea hearing earlier this month. Thursday's hearing was originally a pretrial conference until the defense made the request. The prosecution didn't object to the motion. Kline has been in jail since August of 2020, August 19th to be exact, pending his trial. While he is not considered a suspect in the 2017 murders of Abby Williams and Libby German in Delphi, he has been linked to the case after investigators said he used a fake social media profile to communicate with Libby German the night before the murders. I think also the day of, if I'm not mistaken. The profile, Anthony Schatz, communicated with more than a dozen underage girls to solicit photos, investigators said. Kline's alleged use of the account led to the child exploitation investigation. Police searched Kline's home less than 2 weeks after the Delphi murders. In recent months, investigators also searched a portion of the Wabash River near Kline's home, although they haven't indicated what they were looking for or if they found anything. So we are going to know more when we hear from Bossy. She's going to tell us everything that took place in that courtroom. So make sure you guys give a shout out to her. Good morning, TTM. Ms. Gris says electrolytes. Yep. That's how they treated me. They gave me electrolytes. An IV and electrolytes. And my body bounced back. Boots on the ground, Bossy coming in clutch. Yep. Hats off to her. Up. And here we go. Bossy, are you there? Got no audio for you, Bossy. So just jump on in whenever you figure that out. But we're not getting any audio from you at this point. And if you want to call in, let me know. I'll put the phone number up there if that's easier. If you have any issues with your audio. Hey, what's up, Frank? Good morning to you, sir. Archluck says he admits to owning both Shots and Emily Ann accounts. Yeah, for those of you who are unaware, are still trying to figure out who this Emily Ann person is, Kegan Kline's already admitted to creating that. That's his way of bringing down the guard of his victims. And then he sends them over to dad or big brother, but dad or big brother is actually him. Because his whole Emily Ann persona is some young girl. You know, it's another 13-year-old girl who's there to make the victim comfortable. That way, when all the guards are down and they're feeling comfortable, then Kegan will send them over to dad or big bro. But he's not sending it to his actual dad. He's sending it to himself. Good morning, Aaron. Hey, what's up, Ruckus? Good to see you. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're recovering well after your surgery. Pretty sure you are now a cyborg, from what I've seen. Part man, part machine. Frank Meister waiting on documents to arrive. Can't wait. Putting in that request for some information. Bossy, you're still here, but I can't hear you. Let me shoot her an email. All right. Oh, private chat. Sorry. I can't hear anything. I will be back 40 minutes after sentencing. Oh, we lost her. Not sure what was going on with that. Let me send her the phone number. Maybe we'll get her back at the end of the stream, and we'll go live again if, for whatever reason, if we're not here in like the next, if she's not here in the next, we're going to be here for at least 2-3 hours. I'll put on a big pot of coffee. Will the judge be sentencing KK today? I don't know. I do not know. Sorry about that, Bossy. If you want to call in, let me know. I'll send you that phone number. Otherwise, we'll wait patiently. If you can stay live for a little while longer, I will have sentencing detail. We resume at 11:30 in 12 minutes. Okay, so we should have her back in about an hour. Okay, she's asking for the phone number. All right, give me a second, guys. I'm going to activate my Google Voice number that I use for my business contacts. Nope, it's not what I wanted. All right, we got that activated. Hold on. Okay, now we wait. And I should probably plug in my phone, huh? It's like on 2%. I hate that. iPhones suck. Honestly, guys, they do. Indy Pam. Hey, Sassy. Brenda Shank. Throw away the key on KK. Nah, he might even get released, guys, on probation. First defense. He's pleading guilty. Now, the only reason that he would plead guilty is to speed up the process. Now, is he speeding up the process because he's over it? You know, he's already been in jail. He's been in jail for a long time. All right, let's see who this might be. Her.
Bossy.
Hey, Bossy.
Accept, press 1.
Oh.
To send a voicemail, press 2.
Accept. Hey, Bossy, you there?
Hello? Hey. I only got a minute to talk because I'm going to go back in the courtroom for the hearing or for the sentencing.
Okay, perfect.
They took a recess right now because the state entered some evidence. They feel that is a digital disc of some video that they feel that the judge needs to look at before sentencing. He did plead guilty to all counts. So we reconvene at 11:30, and then we're going to have sentencing. I'm thinking maybe another 20 minutes, and it should be over.
And you're going to call.
I don't know how long you're going to be live. I can call back right after that. I'm like 5 minutes from home. So.
Yeah, we're going to be live for a while today. It's going to be a nice long one. So take your time. Don't feel rushed.
No problem. It's pretty emotional, so I'm going to need a little minute to
real quick,
press everything.
Quick, what did you see when you walked in there? Like, what was going on? Who was there? What'd you see?
Okay, Anya and Kevin are here. I don't recognize anyone else. There's news crews outside the back of the courthouse.
Murder sheets there?
I imagine, yes. Kevin and Anya are here, and everyone was metal detected and everything going in there. Kegan is in, but he's talking very, very quiet. So
how does he
I'll
look?
have some more details. Defeated.
He looks
will have
defeated.
to register as a child. Yeah, and he will have to register as a child sex offender. But I feel like he took this option was the better option for him, if that makes sense.
Yeah, get it over with
I
quickly.
don't think he wanted. Yeah, and I don't think he wanted. The judge said that he does have the option to run the sentences consecutively instead of concurrently, or a combination of both. So let's hope for the better. Let's hope he doesn't get time served already.
Mm-hmm. That's my fear,
But
that they're going to give him a slap on the wrist. All right, Bossy.
I'm hoping not, but I will touch base real soon.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Awesome. This is not the first time that Bossy has been boots on the ground for us. She went to the Wabash search for us. Remember that? So she is a great asset to have living locally there, and her willingness to participate in what we do here on this channel is awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, so we'll wait patiently and we'll get back into the whole Kline aspect. Let me show you what I was doing this morning. It really isn't that important, what I'm about to show you. It's just really interesting, and maybe you locals have more information about it. I talked with Fig and Alex Voorhees and the members during a members meeting about it. So I'm going to present it to you guys here. The part that's strange about what I'm going to show you guys is that none of the locals, nobody is talking about it. Nobody's going there. Like Anthony Greeno never went there. All the people that live there, that walk the trails, it's like they don't even know that this is even there. So let's take a look and I'll show you what I am talking about. And I'll have the links for all of this stuff. I'm going to show one a bill from the Delphi timeline. I'll have the link to that video, and the link to where I got these documents as well. That way, maybe you guys can do a little bit more digging into it. Okay, so United States Department of the Interior National Park Service. And for some reason, some of the images are really tiny. I had to zoom on this one 400%. I'm sure that's just a technical issue for whatever reason. Section 8, page 8. And this is the Mary Gerard farmland. Now, the Mary Gerard Trail is the 505 trail. And it kind of runs along this, kind of runs down this way and goes straight to the creek, like around this area. Ruckus says, I can't see them sentencing him today. Yeah, I don't think so, especially if the judge is still looking at, if she still needs to look at things, she's not going to look at it and just make her decision. You know, she's going to think about it. She's going to weigh the pros and cons. Then she's going to make an educated decision. He, or I think it's a he, actually. Okay, so let's take a look at this map here. So right here, we got the Mears property. This is where the girls were dropped off. You have the trail that leads to the bridge here and the Monon High Bridge. And then you have the 505 trail that kind of breaks off right around here. And I took a little clip from one of Bill from the Delphi Timeline YouTube channel, because he takes the 505 and it's going to give us a really good view of that. And this is listed on a map too. But it is located right here. So the 505 trails comes like this. Doesn't even go near this corn crib. Here's what it looks like. It's pretty big. And there's a road. There's an actual road that's coming from somewhere. I'm not exactly sure, but it's not the 505 trail, because the 505 trail down here gets really narrow and almost looks like a game trail. But if you were to hike back over in this direction, there is a road back here. Like a large, you can bring like a full-size pickup back there. Okay. So do you guys remember this video? I was actually the first one to find it. Give me a second. This song is great. I love this song. It's called My Indian Friend by Eric Hicks. So this is a part of the music video. Take a look at this. And notice the road that he's on is not the 505 trail. See right there, that looks like that could be the 505. So there's the corn crib. And look at the size of the road when he leaves. We'll pause it. See, look at that road. Tire tracks on both sides, left and right. That's not a trail. And if you look inside this, I guess, I don't know, would you call it a shack? There's like tables and shit. It's like somebody's using it for storage. This used to belong to Mears. This used to belong to the Mears farm. Okay, with all the talk of shacks and all that, why is nobody talking about this? And why are none of the locals bringing it up? It's still there. It's part of the whole historic, it's included in the whole historic trails and, you know, that movement that the McCains seem to be a huge part of. And what's strange is it used to belong to the McCain family. Just strange that nobody's talking about that. Let's see. Bill Delphi timeline. Yeah, let's take a quick look at this. Thanks, Tom. Good to see you, buddy. Okay, now this is Bill from the Delphi Timeline YouTube channel. Link to this video will be in the description shortly. Bill is a good friend of the channel and has done a lot of good work for the Delphi case when it comes to web sleuths.
So this is the trail that I missed. I must have got so caught up in looking at this sign that I failed to notice this, or maybe I did. I must.
So if you're walking towards the bridge coming out of the Mears, and that's the Mears entrance right there.
Trail that I missed. I must have got so caught up in looking at this sign that I failed to notice this, or maybe I did. I don't know. Past 2.5 days or so has been.
Archlux says, can you show us it on Google Maps? Yeah, it's a good idea. And I plan to grab a shot of the map because it actually has it flagged on the map. So can you... Okay, let's see here. Okay, so here's the trail. The 505 trail is over here. See how far away it is? It kind of comes down here. and will bring you, I think, right to this one of these sandbars. Might be this one here. But you pop out and you're like at a sandbar. It might even be even further over, but it's the Mary Gerard Nature Reserve. So what people don't realize is back here somewhere is a road. Now, where does this road go? Does it just keep going? Does it cross through here? Like, what the hell? So the trail that Bill was on is right here. This is where the girls were dropped off. And there's a little like shed somewhere in here too. That's not what we're looking at. That was knocked down. So the 505 kind of comes down this way. I think it'll bring you, and here it kind of turns into a game trail, real thin. And I think Bill popped out somewhere like right here. Now, if he was to walk back into this thick brush, he would have seen, I think the shack is like right here. Steep hill, steep hill, steep hill up to the trail. And then it's all flat down here. Yeah, Bill's awesome. Shout out to you, Bill. He's been really busy lately too, which sucks because that means that we don't get to hang out with him, but do your thing, buddy. Okay. Let's go back to this.
It's gone fast. And well, there are a few slow points like walking by the corn and whatnot. I know. Enough about the corn.
Bill's actually a really funny person.
Good. We're still recording. I still have space. I freed up 4 gigabytes. And I know that these files are really large, but 4 gigabytes should be enough. Hopefully. I have no idea how far this goes. But, you know, there's rocks that look like they've been put down to make this easier to traverse.
Yeah, so there's a way to drive to that shack. I don't know how. I don't know where.
Seem to be walking over it a lot. There's eating fruit and stuff. Droppings. I think I just walked through more cobwebs. Thank you, spider.
Yeah, because if you looked at that shack, there was all these pieces of furniture and stuff that they were storing there, and tire tracks. So you can come and go by vehicle to that shack.
Creek, I think. Yep.
You better not move to Arizona. Sorry to hear that, Vanessa.
Still recording.
Prayers to you. Hey, Miss Persevere, what's up?
It's a different looking tree than everything else.
Bossy said Greeno just showed up. Sentencing will be May 18th at 9 a.m.
to Hurdyville. Little drop. Big drop.
Hey, what's up, Vertigo? How you doing? The man who owns 0 shirts.
Down. I don't know if you can tell in the video, but this is
no trial. He pled guilty.
Slightly, and then it looks like it inclines a bit more, but it's not unsafe incline. Little uneven, but not unsafe, I would say. All these are smaller rocks, nothing that's gonna snap your ankle. But yeah, it's an incline. We're going down in elevation.
Okay, so this is
from
the
what I understand,
top
this
part of the
leads right
505. I think I took another clip from when he makes it down to the bottom. It's really short, but so he's kind of down closer to the creek.
kind of getting muddy, less rocks, trails
Oh, hold on.
slimming down.
Hold on, guys. I'm getting some weird feedback. I don't know why it does that. All right, let's try this again. So Bill's kind of made his way down towards the bottom.
Muddy, less rocks.
And that's the trail. That's what it turned into.
Slimming down. Prickers. I don't like prickers.
I don't think so, M. Still,
deal with prickers earlier.
He's denying his involvement at this point. Yeah, sorry to hear that, Tom. So hopefully that guys gives you kind of like a better perspective how you can walk down the 505 trail and not even notice that corn crib or shack. I mean, strategically, it doesn't make any sense, you know, from the perspective of what the killer did. Because where the girls were found is nowhere near that shack. But we know that there was an hour and 45 minutes. You know, we don't know what happened in an hour and 45 minutes. We also know that we had the person, you know, the McCain guy. Now, McCain is the person who used to own, their family used to own that property and that shack. So if anybody knew it was there, it was him. And to see Eric Hicks in his music video go down there and show you that there's actually roads, like these aren't trails that were down there. These were roads with vehicle tire tracks, big tables, and almost looked like there was a refrigerator that was being stored down there. It would take a truck to bring that stuff to and from. My only question is, why has nobody ever mentioned it? Nobody's talking about this. We're always so curious about the whole shack thing. Uh, 1:40 a.m. here, waiting to hear what goes down with KK. Yep, we have Bossy. She's there now. She's watching everything. As soon as she's done, she's going to give us a call, and she will report everything that happened and everything that she's seen, which is really awesome of her. Hey, what's up, Keith? How you doing? Vertigo dedicated on the other side of the world, and he's like, I gotta see what's going on with this shit. Indy says Vertigo, he pled guilty to 25 counts and will be sentenced in May. Ruckus rocks. Depending on what KK does for the DA from here will dictate if he is sentenced to concurrent or consecutive on his charges. Yeah, I think the deal that he made is a multi-part deal. And in order to begin the meat and potato side of the deal, he needs to get this case over with. And pleading guilty is the best way to speed up that process. You know, it's over with. Boom. No trial, none of this back and forth, no re-victimizing people, putting them up on the stand, you know, sitting in the same room with this guy after he just victimized your child. They don't need to do all that. Slap a heavy sentence on him, and he'll most likely cooperate with Delphi. Maybe not. Maybe he's not even connected. We don't know. But in my opinion, he is. And he will play a huge part. And I think he already has. I think him proving he is what he says he is when it comes to the Delphi case is what the Wabash search was all about. That was him verifying, like, look, I know what's going on. I do have a credit card in my back pocket and I plan to use it. And as law enforcement, who are you to say, like, oh, well, we'll drop these charges or drop those charges? How is one victim less important than the other? So you can't do it. It's like, Kegan, like, these are your crimes, man. Like, I know that you played a real small part in this. You may not have known they were going to murder these people or whatever whatever your story is, but you have to face these charges. Well, they amended his charges to level 5 and 6, so he is helping. Yeah, that does help him. Why would they do that? That's a good point, Vertigo. I'm going to have to find that information so I can put it up on the screen. Random says, I believe KK will be released today. I don't think so. He's going to serve a lot of time, I hope. I mean, he needs to spend at least another, if not 50 years, at least another 10. 5 or 10. To me, that would be way too lenient. Yeah, he's got a squishy butt, too. They're going to love him. They're going to call him old squishy buns. If he helps enough with the Delphi, he could possibly get time served on his charges. Yep, time served and maybe like probation, registered sex offender. And if he led to Richard Allen or Richard Allen leads to the, closure for these families, I mean, Kegan deserves it. If he may have put the ball in motion somewhat. We don't know the whole story, but if he's helping to bring a conclusion, I mean, he should be rewarded. The quicker he's out on the street, the quicker these fathers can get to him. Long time to wait for sentencing. Why is he going to take till 18 May? Well, it's a whole process, Michelle. It's a kind of like a quid pro quo. Like, you do this for us, then we'll do this for you. Okay? But they're not going to jump the gun. They're like, okay, you pled guilty. Pleading guilty and going through this process it's not finalized. Once the sentencing and the judge takes all those things into consideration, then this person will be sentenced. And to me, this all plays out as if he's cooperating for Delphi. Mandy. Well, I got that German and Norwegian blood flowing through me. Bossy is in Miami County like a boss. She is a boss. They don't call her Bossy for nothing. Didn't Doug Carter reference the shack in one of his pressers? Yeah, that's the only reason that I'm talking about it. And there was people that lived in Delphi their entire lives that didn't know the bridge was there. So, how would they possibly even know that this little corn crib shack thing was right there between the 505 trail and the High Bridge Trail? Nobody's gone to it. No locals talk about it. We talked about the shack for 2 years till we were blue in the face. Nobody mentioned the corn crib. But guess who would have had intimate knowledge of that corn crib? The McCains. It used to belong to their family, which is kind of strange. Ruckus to Michelle. Michelle, there's a lot to be done on the Delphi case. Things will start picking up before KK sentencing. Yeah, I agree with Ruckus on that. CJK, if I were a parent of the abused child, I'd expect full punishment according to the law. Exactly. Regardless of what's going on with the Delphi case, we need justice here and there. Oh, squishy buns. You got it, Michelle. Growing Crazy says, I would be shocked if KK gets time served. Indiana will not like that, including me. That would not be justice. I mean, he's going to get time served. I mean, he's been in jail for a long time. Man, baby. Vertigo says The Shack was a movie. Yep, watched it. It's about a girl who gets kidnapped and I think taken back to a shack. It's a movie about forgiveness. Parents, they always say if something bad happens to their kids, they can kind of feel the rage and how they'll go into a really dark place. The movie The Shack is kind of the journey through that dark place, and then you kind of pop out on the end with your faith restored and intact and a better understanding of what God wants. I've heard of The Shack early on and that nothing was found, irrelevant, but Corn Crib. Well, that's the thing. Like, what shack? There's shacks all over. There's another shack down the river. It's more of a barn. And then there was a little shed that was kind of standing up. It was half fallen down. They've since removed that. But yeah, nobody even knows about that. People that live there, not one person has mentioned it. Yep, 2020. Hybrid Price, he says KK is many things, stupid not one. In my honest opinion, he's figured out how to work people to survive since early childhood. I agree with that 100%. He's had his struggles, I'm sure. Yep, he sure did. Angela, good to see you. Chunder Down Under. I'm stealing that. Yeah, Boston Forgiveness. JJ, hey, what's up? I read the book. Yes, definitely the barn. Indiana sucks when it comes to sentencing CSAM. It's disgusting and embarrassing. Well, you'd be shocked. It's like that everywhere. Like, people are lenient on that. Like, judges and people, they're just lenient. I don't know why. Angela L. Delphi Disciple says, I love being ignored in this channel. It's the highlight of my week. I mean, I've called out both of your comments. I don't like antsy people who expect things from me. Those are the people that don't last long in my channel. I don't owe you shit. I don't even know who you are. Nobody's ignoring you. I think KK would be more scared of getting his face rearranged on the daily. Garrett Kurtz certainly was. Yeah, and Garrett Kurtz can't fight. He's got an uphill battle. TK is suing many people and outlets for slander during this whole thing. He can try. When people say, hey, this guy's a monster because he bit his wife in the stomach, what's he going to say? Or that he punched her in the face? Is he going to say that I'm lying? Can't get in trouble for saying facts. The must have underground tunnel for KK to get out of. I don't think they'd willingly place him in protection unless he's part of his plea. Yeah, I don't know what his part will be. Show enough. I love that movie. Yeah, there's no room for negativity on this channel. Like, you have people, I'll put the delay on the comments because I know it's going to be like one of those live streams where it's just really busy in the chat section. And people will actually think that I put them specifically on delay. People just need to just chill out. Chill out. You're not the only one here. We're not surrounding you. Everybody's here together, trying to make sense out of something that could very well been us and our family. Trying to make sense of it. You can't live in a world where this kind of stuff happens without, racking your brain over it. 2 to 12 years for child porn for each count. I don't see him getting time served. I might be wrong. Yeah, I could be very wrong. These are just more like my fears. It's a fear of mine that he gets time served and put on probation. It would be better that he served like 30, 40 years at a minimum. Ruckus says the prisons are filled with inmates just like KK. He won't be anything special. Take a chill pill, brah. Hey, brah. Horrible fat fart. Casper friendly. What's up, Casper? That video, Garrett Kurtz wrestling. Yeah. I mean, that was a good takedown. But then it was just, I don't know. This dude's weird. Did you see how he put up his hands? You could tell he was scared. Come on, man. Come on, let's go, guys. You want some of this? Boom. I would have hit him with a body shot. Fucking left hook. Bam, to the liver. What, bitch? We ain't rustling around here. Liver shots. Witness protection won't help him. He is too recognizable. Yeah, he looks like shit on a stick. GP says today is Nicole Bowen's 4-year anniversary. Yeah, rest in peace, Nicole. She was a mother, victim of Garrett Kurtz and that little crew. Yeah, that's a horrible story. And one of the reasons I think Garrett Kurtz could have knowledge, if not involved in this case. He's a proven killer. I don't see a Richard Allen afraid to show Garrett Kurtz a video or talk about a video or talk about a murder in front of him, especially when Garrett Kurtz did all his stuff, with a group of people. So rest in peace, Nicole Bowen. Grizz says, what up, Frank? Just chilling in the High Bear Nation tent. Vertigo Brain says, I shot my own liver. Ooh, that's tough. That's tough, Vertigo. Oh, GP, you're Nicole's aunt. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about what happened with Nicole and everything. I'm sure you guys are still not even close to healed up from that, especially with all the news and charges being filed. So I'm really sorry about your loss. She looked like a wonderful person. She had a beautiful smile. Wonderful kids. Can't imagine what you're going through. Okay. Hey, what's up, Brandy? How you doing? What you up to? You're always up to something. I know you're not at home. What are you out and about? Speaking of Arch Lux, let's take a look at some of the information he's been sharing with us. Well, we'll talk about it. We don't need to post it up there. So the Ron Logan probable cause affidavit. Okay, so he gave us the unredacted. We've had people tell us, like, hey, the unredacted says it's a sharp weapon that was used. We know that. Trophies were underwear and a sock. We pretty much knew that as well. But apparently, some of the documents that were being shared with us recently show that Ron Logan did try to come up with an alibi for his trip to the transfer station. With beer, Sleuth. Yeah, that's why I cut back on alcohol. I mean, there was one point in my life where I could just probably kill like a whole 40 pack. Just crush it and then still go get more, you know? But yeah, I don't really drink that much anymore. The last 2 years, I've really kind of cut back. Diabetes runs in my family a little bit, and I don't want to mess with that kind of stuff. Sounds really awful. Fire in the bowl. A random 77, random girl 77. FYI, I am a chick. Says, you're my favorite channel. Aw. You bring the info from so many different thoughts, and I look forward to seeing a live coming. Thank you, random. That was sweet. Kevin says, rest in peace, Nicole. I'm sure she's missed. V. Marie says, at GP, God bless you and your family. How do I send a gift? Technology challenged. Well, my Cash App is in the description, and you can send like a super chat or a super sticker by clicking right underneath the chat, and then you can punch in some card information or whatever. Send $1 or $2 if you want. Thanks, Leslie. Or you can go buy a hat like this. I get like $7 from it. It's like $21. And these hats are really cool. Sleuth Crew. Bam. Well, I think they're cool. But I don't really have the best taste. So maybe that's not a good thing. Could they, James Power says, could they be waiting on KK sentenced to being charged up in Delphi case? Yeah, that's what I think is happening. I don't know if he's going to be charged or if he's going to be considered a witness or what. Hold on, guys. My phone's about to die. I didn't realize it wasn't plugged in. Randy says Kegan's court hearing will only be 15-20 minutes long, and he will do something stupid. Michelle says, my actual abuser only got 2 years suspended sentence. 2 victims, no jail time. Judge said he was an upstanding citizen and that the way he committed the offenses was a mitigating factor. So what I'm saying, like, there's not always justice in the justice system, you know? That's why I think, and I don't want to get too dark, but when something bad happens like a sexual assault, maybe the best thing isn't to go to the police, you know? maybe you should handle it. Find a way to handle it on your own. That's not good advice by any means, but if you want justice, that way you don't have to sit here for 30, 40 years watching the perpetrator just live a meaningful life, while you suffer constantly. Oh, thank you, D. Yeah, there's some merch shop. Man, we have 5 stars. Nobody has given us a bad review on the Etsy shop. Not one person. So thank you guys who support my channel. The Cash App is growing. Thank you guys for that. Sleuth Crew merch. We don't sell a lot of merch out of there. Maybe one item like every week, maybe. So anybody who supports me there, shout out to you, including you, Vanessa. You recently bought my favorite hoodie, the one with the sleuth colors. It says Sleuth Crew over it. It's a high quality hoodie. It's a little bit pricey. I didn't expect anybody to purchase it. But yeah, it's definitely quality. So shout out to you guys. Miss Thang, the $3 super sticker. Thank you so much. You already do so much for the channel. Member at every live stream. Not the first time she's donated. Participates in the Discord. It's members like Miss Thanks 65 that really keep this channel going. Remember, guys, this is all crowd funded. The only time we have available on YouTube is the time that you provide to us or provide to me or make possible. So it all comes from you guys. Time is money. I'm a homeowner, vehicle owner. I got loans. I can't just spend all my time on YouTube unless I'm able to supplement. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. Growing Crazy depends how much he cooperates with the DA on Delphi. Sleuth has excellent taste. Great merch. Thank you, V. Appreciate you guys. Snarky says KK is not connected to Delphi, in my opinion, and Richard Allen is not the BG. KD is the bomb. Hey, they're going to put him through the court system. He's going to have to explain why he was there, why he was dressed like Bridge Guy, and why scientifically they can prove that the bullet that was found there is his. Okay. And then he has to explain why he parked strange at the CPS building. And all these people who are talking about Ron Logan being, the Bridge Guy, they completely forget about the witnesses. One of the witnesses says the guy was short. Nobody said to these young girls, Ron Logan would have been a tall person. Now, was Ron Logan involved? I don't know. I just know that he's not that guy on the bridge. I'm pretty sure. I'm about 99.9% sure. Then again, it is very misleading. So we will just wait it out. Wait and see. Nobody Nothing 1717 says it may not be good advice, but that's true advice. Yes, it's not good advice. Could get you in a whole lot of trouble, worse than what this person would have had coming. But justice will be served. At least your form of justice, vigilante justice. I don't know if that's justice. But I mean, what is justice? Actually. Thank you, D. If you guys could hit the like button, share the video, subscribe, become a member. Yeah, the channel's lost quite a bit of steam. And I'm not one to kind of get out here and complain about it. But the truth is, if it goes back to like a weekend thing, that's worst case scenario. No big deal. Breaking news from courthouse. KK on News Channel 4 pleads guilty. Pled guilty to 25 charges, including child porn, child solicitation, and judge walked through each charge. He pled guilty. All right, we should be getting a call here then from Bossy. She's probably chopping it up with Greeno, Murder Sheet, whoever else is there to report on the case. Thank you, Olivia. Yeah, you guys rock. Hey, Freckled, how you doing? What you up to? How's your morning going? Melissa says, I agree, Richard Allen, not BG. See, I disagree to that. Shout out to Leslie. $5 Cash App. Let's see if she said anything here. Thank you so much. Don't see any comments yet, but shout out to you for standing here behind the Sleuth Intuition channel. We don't want to go anywhere. We don't plan on going anywhere. We've just lost a little bit of steam. That's it, guys. No big deal. Kevin says 177 watching, 78 likes. Yeah, it's things like that. Just hit the like button when you're hanging out, in a Facebook group. Share the video. I mean, it's all relevant, especially to anybody that's talking about Delphi. We don't talk about any BS here. We get right to it. We're trying to cut away at the layers here. Thank you, Jinx. So I'm anticipating a call here in the next 5 minutes. Thank you, Rhonda. Thank you, V. Freckle Joy says Ron is not BG. Here, let's take a look at this image here. This is the one, and I found this in hundreds of images. And this is the one because I was like, man, I spent so much time on that freaking BG video trying to analyze it, trying to, let the pareidolia just rot my brain away, But once I figured it out, what was going on, I knew what to look for. And then right after the arrest of Richard Allen, I went through all my photos. And look at this one. This is the one that has me convinced. This is the one. You can see his glasses. You see the sunglasses up here? You can see the brim of his hat, and you can see his weird little pointy nose. Hey, Keith. Keith says, still amazing to me. We haven't seen the Richard Allen house search warrant. There has to be something in there they can't share yet. That's 100%. If you read the arrest warrant, it reads like a search warrant. Like, hey, judge, give us a search warrant. This is what we have. So everything that's in the probable cause for arrest it's stuff that they already knew before the search. So I'm wondering if they found something that is making McClellan so confident. Did they find the trophies, the sock and the underwear? Did he have possession of that? Oh, here we go.
Bossy. To accept, press 1.
Hello, Bossy.
Hi, Sleuth. What's up?
What's up? How are you?
Oh, it's emotionally drained.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, for sure. Can you hear me all right? I have you on speaker on my phone.
Yeah,
it's
you sound
420 coming here for sure.
Yeah, you sound great.
Okay. What's going on in chat?
We're just waiting. They're talking about the reports of Kegan coming out that I guess it was what, 20, how many did he get charged with?
25 counts.
25 counts. Yeah, they're just talking about it, and I said we'll get a call probably in the next 5 minutes then if they're out. And sure enough, you called.
Yep. Yep, he's sentencing is at 9 a.m. on May 18th. They sent his case. The probation department basically reviews the case and then recommends, kind of advises, I guess, the judge on what they recommend, how the sentencing should go. I guess they have a special lady that's working on that in the probation department. She's working with the prosecutor and Kegan's attorney, Mr. Akey. They're going to try to have that kind of outlined for them before they go back for sentencing on May 18th. He did plead guilty to all 25 counts. In the beginning of the hearing, Kegan did tell the court that he thought that maybe he was bipolar or schizophrenic.
Okay.
And so the court asked him, does he believe that he is still in a sound state of mind today and rational thinking to be able to plead guilty to those counts? And Kegan did say yes. So they proceeded with everything. Basically today it was the judge going over the counts and the charges that they could face, like level 5 felony or level 6 felony, and the way that they are basing those are since the charges are from 2016 and 2017, then they have to follow the Indiana code according to those years, if that makes sense.
So
I don't know if they've amended them since then. So
he's not getting out anytime soon, is what you're saying?
Well, I personally, I hope not. The judge said that each sentence could run concurrently or consecutively, that they can do a combination of both, and that the judge will make that decision, over the next month or so before hearing and decide, how he's going to serve his sentence. Now, some of the sentences only carry, like if they carry a 6-year term max, for example, you get credit a day for a day. So really it's only a 3-year sentence.
Gotcha.
So if he decides, if they recommend that everything is concurrent, then he could very well get time served. My honest opinion is I don't think that's going to happen. Towards the end, the state entered into some evidence, a disc that would have been presented as evidence had Kegan went to trial. And they asked the judge, that's what we took a recess for, so the judge could review that evidence. So the judge wanted to review that evidence so that way, basically he could showed that yes, what Kegan was pleading guilty to, that they found evidence of that in that video disc that he watched. And if there was video evidence, of course, none of that was shown. Everything was presented as a redacted. Like when testimony was going on, everything was redacted. They were just referring to images or witness 1 or witness 2 or however it went down.
I wonder what's on that disc.
Kegan was very
interview, maybe?
My impression is it was all the evidence that they collected against Kegan on the CSAM charges, like the pictures and videos and stuff. They did state that one lady did and I think it was from, I'm not sure, probation department, but one lady did verify that yes, some of the girls, they said that they identified all the girls except for one. And then they identified their ages as being either under the age of 18 or under the age of 14. And a couple of the counts, they were, it's pretty jarring to hear some of them read the way that they were stated there. They were children under the age of 12 that were abused,
like on film.
And it was, from my impression, they have film of some, absolutely.
Yeah, they
And
made
some of them
mention
were
in this
children under
transcript.
the age of 12. They identified.
Did you
And my guess is that's why Kegan went and pled guilty, because he doesn't want all of this brought to light about how disgusting of an individual he really is.
Yeah, just get it over with, huh?
Yeah, and the identity deception were charges from April of 2016 to February 25th of 2017 using the Emily Ann and Emily Ann 45 account.
Did they bring
So
up
that's
anything,
what the-
any of those weird names, like any of the other usernames? Did they talk about that?
Nope, those were the only two names that they brought up, was the Emily Ann and the Emily Ann 45 account.
Did you?
And that's what he's being charged with a deception on.
Did you see any family members there from any of the victims?
None.
None?
None. I saw none. I saw only some. There was a lot of law enforcement and news crews there.
TK?
And a couple YouTubers. I'm sorry, say that again?
Was Tony Kline present?
No. I saw none of the Klines present that I recognized. None of them. I didn't see any family. Most of the people I saw, I did recognize. They were just law enforcement or the murder sheet, Kevin and Anya. There was a gentleman that was sitting behind me from Evansville. I'm not sure if he was a reporter, and he was speaking with a law enforcement officer from Wabash. I had overheard that's taking over someone's position tomorrow, I believe, in Wabash. I'm not sure if it has to do with the with maybe that type of division or not. I would kind of assume so, like a predator, child predator type division, but I can't say that for certain. That's just kind of what my impression was. There was, in the courtroom, aside from law enforcement, I would say there was only about 15 of us.
Did you get a chance to talk to the murder sheet?
I did not speak to them today.
Okay.
I did speak to them previously, and I've been on good terms with them. I just actually saw Greeno there, so I spoke to him afterwards, to be honest. Took him on a little drive for a project for himself, and I'm sure that you'll see footage of that later on. So,
good.
It was just kind of overwhelming, to be honest, Sleuth. I feel like I hate to harp down this, but I still feel like there's a connection. Okay, a lot of people feel that because Kegan is taking this pleas and they're keeping the Delphi case separate. I still feel like he's pleading out like this so that he can testify in that case. There's a lot of information today, and it's a shame that we can't record in court yet. I'm hoping that changes by the time Richard Allen is on trial, or maybe even the judge, as of May 1st in Indiana, allows recording. They changed the law as of May 1st, and they leave it up to the judge. So we do have a good chance that the judge in Kegan's case could change it and let us record during his sentencing on May 18th. Let's just hope that he does that for the benefit of everyone.
So from what you see and from the position that you're standing in, you're getting the feeling that he's still connected with Delphi.
I do. I mean, I really do. They have news crews set up Channel 8, 13. I think there's about 4 or 5 news crews there, and they were set up outside the courthouse, obviously, because you can't record inside. But they took Kegan out a different door. I was going out the same door, but because I was inside the courthouse, I couldn't record. And the officer asked me to please stand back and wait until they got him in the vehicle. So, but let me tell you, he's still pretty big. And for a big man, he can move pretty darn quick, okay? Because he hustled himself over to that vehicle. They had 2 identical vehicles. They put him in the front seat of one, and they both drove off at the same time, outside of a different door than what the news crews were stationed at.
And you're saying he was pretty
so
agile?
The only footage I have is of the 2 vehicles driving away, but no footage of Kegan.
Okay. Well, anything else you can think of, Bossy?
Um, Not really. I mean, it's all just kind of still sinking in for me, you know.
Just having
It
to
was
see
kind of
him,
a
I'm
long,
sure, just having to look at
kind
him.
of a long hearing. Say that again,
I
Liz.
said probably just having to look at him is exhausting.
Yeah, it is. And he hasn't changed much. I mean, like I said, he's still a pretty big guy, balding on top. His hair's a little bit longer, but I mean, that's about it. Still doesn't look like he's missing any meals.
Well, all those chirps he's getting from all these groupies out there.
Something like that, and I don't get that whole thing at all. So I was overwhelmed a couple times. I mean, I had to, control myself from crying just because, even if it's not related to Delphi, just the things that he did or pictures that he used of those kids, it's unsettling and it's upsetting to know that that goes on in our community. He will have to register as a sex offender. I'm pretty sure that will be for life, and everything that goes along with that as well.
Yeah, a lot of horrible things that happen to these children stem from the CSAM and sextortion and that kind of stuff. And a lot of these victims, they'll never come forward. They feel so guilty and they're so ashamed
I don't
that
even know if it's, I think it's, and I don't even know if it's guilt. I think it's humiliation.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
humiliation,
just something that
shame.
that you live with for the rest of your life. So I can't say that I blame them. You want to keep some ounce of your dignity, no matter how old you are.
Yeah. But just hearing
So,
hearing those ages, that's what gets me. 12 years old, 13, 14, and you have somebody like a Kegan Kline who has access to people like Tony Klein and just these low-level scumbag types who have access to our children like this and who can affect them to a point where we don't even know what's going on. Like, it could be happening and the parents have
absolutely.
no clue, you know?
And unfortunately, the World Wide Web and the digital access that we have, it's not like when we were growing up. So it's hard to keep tabs on. It's not. Don't want to say it's hard to keep tabs on your kids, but here's for a good example. If you live in a community, I was in a community, and I had the hardest time grounding my children from the internet or the phone because they had a friend that would give them a phone and they could use we had so many close neighbors that they could just use their internet access. So you can't always say that the parents aren't doing what they can, because sometimes kids, we were all kids at one point. Where there's a will, there's a way at times.
Well, yeah, if you
So,
took my phone away nowadays, well, we didn't have phones and internet when I was a kid, but if you were to take my phone
right.
away, I would just go in the drawer or in the box or go in the garage and all the throwaway phones, and then I would just hook up to the Wi-Fi.
Absolutely. And even if you change your Wi-Fi, like I said, if you live in a close-knit community, a lot of people, your kids are friends with them. They'll just say, "Hey, can I use your internet?" And it travels a lot farther than most people think. So, it's just even the parents that watch their kids the closest, it doesn't mean that they're not going to fall in the hands of predators, because that's why they're called predators. They're seeking out our children.
Well, especially
and I feel
with
like that's why I go to.
Go ahead, sorry.
That's why I go to this trial and stuff like that. It makes me I'm a single woman. My kids are grown and older, majority of them. So I just, I feel like somebody needs to take a stand in our community. You know what I mean? You have to, I should have asked Ms. Allwine a question, but the question I have for her, and maybe that's something we could do, is I'm sure she'll be taking questions after his sentencing. Maybe if we could have a question or two that the group wants to ask, I could ask her. My question for her obviously is going to be, mine is going to be based on what his sentence is. If it's something light, I'm going to obviously ask her if she feels like that it's a satisfactory compared to his charges, and what kind of example that sets for others in our community.
Yeah, and I'm sure the judge is going to take
been getting a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, and I'm sure the judge is going to take into consideration what the victims and the victims' families, how they feel about everything. I'm sure they're going to take that into consideration.
Sure. I sure hope so. I mean, he's a very understanding, he seems like a very down to earth and understanding judge. I've had to go in front of him before for other, non-criminal reasons, but he always wants, I like the way that he runs his courtroom. He seems fair and just, and I really do have confidence that he's going to give Kegan the sentence that he deserves.
Yep, I agree. Well, Bossy, everybody in the chat is saying thank you so much for everything that you do for the case, for those girls, and
Absolutely.
the help that you're willing to provide here on this channel. So we love you and we thank you.
Sure. Likewise, we all love you too, Sleuth, and we appreciate the time and effort that you put into everything. And I love chat, and I just love our community.
Mhm.
So I will see you all in chat and talk to you soon.
Thank you so much, Bossy.
Uh-huh.
Bye.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Well, that was Bossy, one of our favorite subscribers. Boots on the ground reporter is basically what she is now. She doesn't miss anything out there. So thank you again, Bossy. Let's see if we can catch up on chat. Let me go back up here. I think we had some super chats. I saw something from Derek. Good to see you, Derek. And from D. Wow. It's a lot of cash, D. Appreciate your support. D's bought merch too. You guys make this possible. And Derek Farmer, $5 super sticker. What's going on with you, Derek? You feeling better? Yeah, let's see. Sorry if I missed chat. Oh, V Marie with $10 super chat. Thank you, Sleuth and chat, for lovely convo and company. You guys rock. Miss Persevere, arming our children with knowledge is the key to battling online predators. When our children understand what to look for, how they maneuver, and what their goal is, they feel empowered and brave. 100%. Cold truth. Hey, Mel, it's so sad. You guys are right. These child victims will be forever altered. Forever altered, and all Kegan Kline can worry about, how much time am I going to get? How am I going to get through this time? He's not thinking about his victims. He's not thinking about, how could I do this? Like, what was I thinking? Like, how could I sink to such a low point in my life that I was, these were my actions. He's not thinking about that. He's not thinking about how he victimized anybody. If anything, he's thinking about how he's now a victim. So I guess the question is there really anything? Is justice like a real thing? We saw Becky Patty. She's like, I thought I was going to be jumping off the rooftops. She's like, I don't feel any better. If anything, I feel worse. Now I have no purpose. She said I would wake up, I'd make my breakfast, and I would try to figure out what the hell happened. Now what? The pain is still there. Where's the justice? Abby and Libby are still gone, and it's not like they just passed away in their sleep. This was like a brutal thing. Yeah. Not to mention they're saying others involved. How is that even possible? If there's others involved from what we know, where does that fit? Where does that fit in? Is that Kegan? Is that his part in all this? Is it Ron Logan? He's not the bridge guy, but hey, he made himself available. It's doubtful. Is it family members of Richard Allen? Family, friends, somebody that helped cover up after the fact? What does it mean? He was alone. Witnesses said Richard Allen was alone. Or they didn't even say Richard Allen. They said the guy that they witnessed walking the trail was alone, walking with purpose. He wasn't walking with anybody. So how is anybody else involved in this? Something found at the search? Maybe they found the video of the actual crime. Hey, Jill. Good to see you. Shout out to Bossy. She's been a huge asset with all the stuff that's been going down there in Peru. Thank you. We appreciate you. Anthony says, this crazy Richard Allen is definitely the guy on the bridge. I can't wait till this court case starts. Yeah, I think he's the guy on the bridge. Let's pull up that image again. I mean, that looks like Richard Allen, doesn't it? Got the glasses, you got the brim of the hat, you got the pointy little nose, and then this weird thing that he has around his neck. He's wearing something very similar in his Walmart pedo on a shelf picture. Same thing. It's this weird, like, scarf. This little thing right here kind of probably has it tied in a knot. Shit, let's pull that image up. I think I have it. Okay, we'll keep that one up. And then I'll pull up this other one. It's like I know I have it somewhere. Oh, there it is. God, just looking at this makes my stomach queasy. Okay, look at that shit on his neck. Where he like, I don't know what that is. Is that just a t-shirt? It looks like a scarf that's kind of like tied right here and then shoved into his shirt. But it could just be a collared shirt. All I know is this right here looks a lot like this. Oh, shit. Yep, Ruckus. I think they will. Richard Allen is going to make a deal as soon as he has a chance. And I think he knew it was coming. When they got their hands on Kegan, he knew it was a matter of time. I think this one was doctored a little bit. Bossy says, salute. The other thing I was going to say is I kept listening to his voice. I closed my eyes and listened and tried comparing it to Down the Hill. I really don't think it's his voice. No, I think it's Richard Allen's voice. I wouldn't doubt it if that's the same hat right there. CJK says, without proper punishment, there won't be justice, and the punishment has to fit the crime. Yeah, he needs to do some really, really long time for it to sink in. So when he gets out, he's not doing it again. Don't look at that guy too long. Well, I just got hit with hunger, so we're probably going to stay on. This will probably be exactly 2 hours. We're at 1 hour and 34 minutes. So we'll try to cram some of this information. I wanted to talk a lot about Ron Logan today and the fact that he did try to create an alibi for when he went to the dump station. So the places that he went in, that he said he went, those places were not a lie. You know, he didn't lie about where he went. He just needed to put somebody else's butt in the driver's seat. And we have the proof thanks to somebody who was kind enough to share that information with us. And that person knows who they are. Along with the work that Fig did with him being at the transfer station. So I just don't see anybody that's going to go do all this work around their yard, commit a murder, and then go out and do a whole bunch of other stuff and more drinking. I just don't see it, especially a 70-year-old man. Now, was he at home and the killers came over there and he participated and helped clean up? I don't know. Is there any information that points to that? No. Anna, hello. I have an idea. Law enforcement found something extremely incriminating in the search of Richard Allen's home. I agree. They didn't share any of those findings in his arrest affidavit. Maybe that's why Delphi victims' families seem to be in shock. Return the Diamonds. What's up? I would love for everyone to go to the walk this July that Randy Gravett is doing. Maybe it will be the start of a celebration by then. I hope. I mean, the very day that Kegan Kline wanted to change his plea to guilty, they rescheduled a court hearing for Richard Allen. Could be a coincidence. I don't know. Derek Farmer says, Sleuth Intuition, holy shit, it's what's on BG's neck. I don't know. The video is just so hard to tell. I mean, shit, that could be Ron Logan. That's the part that I don't like about that evidence. It's so misleading. Sorry, my wife is texting me. Let me text her back. She's too sweet. Michelle says, yeah, that looks like Richard Allen for sure. He has that stare where his eyes are just peeking out from under his hat. He has that predatory look in other photos. And I don't know. I don't know if he's a predator. I just have this weird feeling that he was recruited. You know, no history of sexual assault or anything like that. He may have been having some money problems. And somebody was like, hey, man, like, I'll give you, I don't know, 10 grand. I'll give you $10,000 if you help me with this crime. All I need you to do is lure them down here, the area, and then take pictures. That's it. And then help me move the bodies. Shit, for all we know, the muddy and bloody guy isn't Richard Allen, and his job was just to get them down the hill. What if he gets them down the hill and then he goes on about his day? I just don't understand why Richard Allen, first of all, if he's like some kind of lone wolf and this is some kind of spontaneous action, some spontaneous crime, it just doesn't make any sense for him to park the way he did, for him to pass potential victims multiple times, even a woman that was by herself, only to attack the two on the bridge. Now, it is possible that he saw them crossing the bridge, because it's very possible, according to what that witness said, where she parked at the Mears parking lot, the same place the girls were dropped off, walked to the bridge and said she saw the bridge guy standing on the first pier on the bridge 50 feet from her. Okay, so she goes along with her walk. And then I think she may have went all the way to the Freedom Bridge and back and then went back to her car. But as she's walking back to the Mears parking area, that's when Abby and Libby are walking towards the bridge. So it's very possible that Richard Allen was no longer on the bridge and kind of lingering over there. And as the girls are walking to the bridge, they may have had an interaction. He may have gotten the idea right there. So maybe he wasn't in a hurry to commit a murder. Maybe he was just in a hurry to go to the bridge. He's like, man, I just want to go to the bridge. I want to clear my head. Maybe he was going to smoke something, do some kind of drugs, or he wanted some privacy. That's what he was in a hurry. He's pissed. He's searching for some kind of relaxation. And while he's out there, there's Abby and Libby. And now they begin to cross the bridge. And he's like, well, if they cross that bridge, nobody's going to, hear them if I choose to attack them. So he could have gotten the idea right then and there, kind of when you see a wounded deer, like a lion or a bear, they see that it's a target, it's not going to put up much resistance. So and I think Abby might have been struggling on the bridge, she's like, oh, well, I'm going to do this. I'm going to cross this damn thing, but it's really scary and I'm just going to take my time. And he's watching this, and he's going, okay, well, once they get to the end, I'm just going to, beeline it right across this bridge and I'm going to commit this crime. Maybe it wasn't going to be a murder, but my only thing is, why does he have his gun on him? Why does he have a blade? He looks like he has some other items in his pockets. Why does he have a scarf to cover his face? Why is he dressed so warm? It wasn't even that warm. So why does this appear to be a premeditated murder? That's when the Kegan Kline stuff comes back into play. For me, anyway. Snark Sass Angel says, what you're looking at is pixels all out of sync. Yep, images embedded with the real image. Perpetrators hacked into the original pics. I don't know what that means. JJ says, they talk about closure, but how do you get closure when your kids are horribly murdered? There's never any peace. I'd be a wreck. Yeah, there is no justice. And that's why these guys need to be punished. We need to send a message to these other people. If you do these kind of crimes, we're going to hold you to the flames. We're not going to give you a slap on the wrist. We're not going to, you're going to get punished. But unfortunately, that doesn't happen. Looks like a button-up shirt that's open at the neck. So maybe that's what's going on in that image. He's got like some kind of button-up shirt that maybe it's not all the way buttoned and it's kind of folding over itself. CJK, yes, it's not Logan, even if the sketch artist given info on Logan said it is. No way to my eyes does it resemble Ron. H-Docs as well. It does look just like him. Margaret says, altered photo or too out of focus, in my opinion. Why would a witness or passerby just go asking everyone that was there? There's more to this by far, in my opinion. You think he's a fall guy, huh? I don't think so. I don't think he has empathy. I think he's a psychopath. Are you referring to Kegan Kline or Richard Allen? Cold truth. Looks like we just made an Etsy sell. Looks like the black hoodie. Looking for some comments that they might want me to read or something. Oh, it's the homie. Thanks, Derek. Yep, one of the channel's top supporters, Derek Farmer. Feels like a lot of YouTubers are coming out the wet work just for the cash. So thanks for keeping it real and not pressing for super chats and stickers. I kind of did today. The only problem with running a YouTube channel is you do start to make money. So it's like supplemental, but it's not guaranteed. So, you know, one month you're like, oh, wow, $500, 500 extra bucks. I can take a break over here. You know what I mean? But then when that's not continuous, you're like, oh, shit, now I got to go do more real work. You know, I got to go do, you know, stuff that I'm not passionate about. You know, to me, that's real work when you're just grinding. I don't know if you guys have to grind, you know, but yeah, we are still grinding and trying to YouTube it at the same time. James Power says, hopefully the judge gives him the maximum sentence and makes an example of him. They really should. Unless he's helping with Delphi, he needs to receive, you know, fair punishment for his crimes over here. But he does need to be rewarded for helping one of the most sinister crimes to ever take place, not only in Delphi, but in Carroll County, the United States for that matter. I mean, they were staging the crime scene. Others were involved. You have a CSAM aspect. This case is awful. And the more we learn about it, the less we actually know. So if you can explain that to me. Hi, Andy. Charles Eldridge looks exactly like the bridge guy, to be honest, but I'm sure they got their guy and will be linked to other previous crimes. It's strange that you brought up Charles Eldridge because they didn't have, I don't know if I have that article, but the new direction presser where they released the Young sketch, about 3 days prior to that, Charles Eldridge was arrested during a CSAM sting. He was going to meet up with a 13-year-old person for, you know, to have sex. And right after they arrested him, boom, we had the new direction presser. So he could have even provided some information. Who knows? Just one of those coincidences, maybe. Oh, did I miss Honeybee? Let me go back up. Honeybee re-injured my leg and had a bad night. Yikes. Hopefully you're going to take it easy. Vertigo Brain. Anyway, folks, it's 2:40 a.m. on the other side of the planet. I have to be up in 4 hours. Ha 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 ha. Thanks for keeping it real, Sleuth. Yeah, I love seeing you here in the chat, Vertigo. And we're going to do another call-in, so hopefully we'll hear what's going on out there on your side of the planet. Have a great day at work, by the way. It's going to be your birthday weekend, huh? Olivia says, wonder if Richard Allen has ratted out everyone involved. Well, he's still pleading. He hasn't pled guilty or anything. He's still saying he's innocent. But if he's smart, he's going to wait for his attorneys to advise him. And I'm sure they're doing a good job at advising him from what I'm seeing. I mean, I'm sure it wasn't Kegan Kline's idea. Well, you know, I'm going to plead guilty to all these charges to get this, you know, get the ball rolling on justice. You know, he's not doing that unless it's going to benefit him in some way. Not only is it going to benefit him, but he's been sat down and it's been explained to him exactly how it will benefit him. For all we know, Kegan Kline's not worried about the time. He just wants to get the proceedings over with so he can start doing his time. Could even be as simple as that. Yeah, wondering if they knew something. Why were they targeted? I feel like Kegan was part of this targeting. You know, maybe they were targeting multiple people. Maybe the location was more important than the victim. You know, maybe this was some kind of ritual. Sorry if I'm way behind on the chat. Hey, Boston. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. We could really use it right now. You know, the more factual and the less drama based your channel gets, really the less traffic you have, you know? You rock, Boston. Remember, we have others in Ashley Garth's gang that said the Paladinos were also involved. Yeah, Grizz was talking to me about what do they call the note? That note could be a map, could be nothing, but it's still interesting. What about Eder? He was most likely, in my opinion. Well, Eder, Paul Eder, could very well. He could be the others involved. Remember, he was in a standoff and he committed. I think he shot himself or something. Honeybee says she's with the junior detective theory. We covered that early on. There's been a lot of cases of junior detectives who have been harmed, trying to track down predators or people that were catfishing them. Some were successful and actually got the people arrested. Others were actually harmed. So yeah, there's the junior detective theory. Let's see here. Looks like we have another transaction. Linda, you rock. That's my favorite design too. Thank you guys for showing me some love today. I really need it. I really needed it. The channel needs it. We need to be re-energized. We're going to be taking on the Flora case. I reached out to Mao, so hopefully we can get a hold of her. She seems like she has a lot of information. I reached out to Julie Melvin. I know there's a lot of mixed emotions. So Julie, if you're watching, please shoot me back. I think we could have a great conversation together, especially with all the information that you possess. I would really appreciate that. So if you're watching, check your emails. I sent you something last night. Certainly could have, Honeybee. She was in the CSI camp at Purdue. My daughter was in the same program. You know what's strange too is we don't talk a lot about the fact that Libby was going to Purdue for classes. I don't know if it was just in the summer. I don't know if it was a year prior to the murder. But yeah, there could be a connection there. Sleuth Intuition, just stay true to yourself on your channels and they'll keep growing. I'm sure of it. And it's not even about that. It's just with this channel, I have memberships. I have over 6,000 subscribers. I feel like you can't just turn your back on that. You know, I need to find a way to keep it going, keep it growing, and stay motivated. But at the same time, it takes time. Like you guys will get a 1 hour live stream, but really there's like hours and hours of time of collecting information, verifying information. You know, I don't want to come up here and give you guys the wrong stuff. You know, I did that the whole first year of my show with getting into dramas and not verifying facts, spouting out random names. And we just want to be better. But that's not being better is not entertaining, you know. So we got to find a good medium there. V Marie. Hey, there's CD. Man, I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. What's up, Sleuth in chat? I hope all is well. Yep, I am doing wonderful. I hope you're doing well as also. You and the wife and the kids, man. That note is a map, no doubt about that. It even shows the spot where the girls were found. Yeah, the eyes, right? Yeah, Grizz was trying to school me on that. I just don't, I'm not convinced yet. Let's put it that way. But yeah, the way the eyes were, the way it looks like the line kind of crosses the bridge. Yeah, it could be something there. I just don't know if these idiots are that smart to actually create a note and then put these subliminals in there. But then again, you know, you can't underestimate these people. That's how they go free. Yeah, we're going to be covering Flora quite a bit here in the coming days. Freckle Joy with the super chat. Love your face, home skillet. Freckled, you rock. Shout out to Freckled. Shout out to all of you who are showing the channel love and support. If we can just keep doing that, I mean, there should be no reason for us to go anywhere or even pull back on what we've been doing. Oh, you've been out there partying in Florida, I see. Miss Persevere says, maybe we can do an insomnia cruise soon. I know they always tend to re-energize and refocus. Plus, we members love them. Yeah, we got something in the works. Probably going to do another true crime call-in. That was really fun. Kay with the $20 super sticker. That's from left field, Kay. Thank you so much. Oh, we got Shooter McGavin. Hey, Sleuth, if you search skull neck gator on Google, that might possibly be what he's wearing around his neck. Yeah, it almost seems like maybe, because I know there's people that are really sweaty. Maybe it's one of those sweat things. I'm not sure. I don't really sweat too bad. But I definitely want to meet you, Shooter, on the 9th hole at I think 9 p.m. it is. Wear something really nice, okay? Yeah, shout out to Kay. She's been hanging around the channel, subscribing, participating in the chat, and just dropped the love bomb of a super sticker. I don't really respond to it well. I know that, but just so you guys know, inside I'm like a little kid, like, oh my God, they like me. They really like me. You eat pieces of shit for breakfast? Shooter. Thank you, Kay. That really means a lot. Yeah, so I'm thinking we'll do the next live stream we do will be a call-in. Shooter McGavin's awesome. Freckle Joy and Kay, $20 super stickers and super chats. You guys rock. All right, guys, we're at the 2-hour mark. I really wanted to go longer, but my stomach's really starting to growl, and I'm actually getting really hungry. And when you drink coffee and you don't have breakfast, it makes it worse. Boston says, Derek F., I can't get in the Sleuth store. Do I just go in at the beginning? Well, if you go to the link, it should take you to an Etsy shop. You know, Etsy does a good job of overseeing, making sure we're doing things properly. If they see anything, so if you guys are looking to open up a shop, I recommend Etsy. Connect like Etsy and Printful, and you're good to go. They're really good. They've shut down my my store multiple times, just randomly. They're like, oh, we want to make sure this is right and this and that, and then I have to verify information. So I really like that. Like, it could be annoying because it takes time, but knowing that they're keeping that safe, and anybody that wants to shop there, all their information is protected, anonymous, or whatever they select. So yeah, I like Etsy. We have 5 stars, perfect record. So I appreciate you guys. Joey says, yes, Sleuth, we really like you. Do you? You like me? Do you really? Shooter says, great stream, bro. Until next time. Yeah, always good to see you, Shooter. Hit the like button. Jinx says, thanks for the great live as always, Sleuth. Yeah, you're awesome, Jinx. You're funny. Like having you around here in the chat. And good addition. Margaret says, I theorized direct because that's one reason a photo would be done. Granted, out of the box, not necessarily unreasonable. Yeah, and I think your premise is good. It doesn't really have to be a crash. They could have witnessed anything, a crime. Growing crazy with the super sticker. Man, you guys are pouring it on today. Thank you. Hey, Don, where you been, Don? What's up with you? CD says, Sleuth, enjoy your meal. Talk soon. I will send you an email. Yeah, shoot me an email. We need to catch up, man. I haven't talked to you in like months. You got it, D. Thanks for everything you do. Thanks for the super chat, too. Jinx equals hot mess. Well, your name is Jinx, and you were born on Friday the 13th. Did you expect anything else? Thank you so much for the super chat. And shout out to, where is she? Bossy. Thanks for reporting in, Bossy, and providing us all the information, the boots on the ground. You get much love from us, everybody. Michelle says, thank you, Sleuth, for another great stream. Sorry I can only afford likes and participation. Trust me, that's enough. The people that donate, they're pouring it on. But liking and subscribing and just sharing the videos does so much for the channel. I just feel like people have stopped doing that, you know? Yeah, keep it up, Bossy. You're doing great. We got your back. If you need anything, you let us know. We'll ride. Hey, my wrench. Yep, just hit that thumbs up. That's something with the algorithm. You get tons more watches with more thumbs up. All right, guys, we're going to call it. Great stream. Thanks for all the support you guys showed me today. My face is already kind of red, but if you could see, you would see that I am blushing a bit. But yeah, these YouTube channels, if you like them and if you would miss them if they went away, those are the channels that you want to go show your love to, you know? So if you appreciate what we do here, and you want us to keep going, you know, 4 or 5 times a week, whether it's morning or night, these channels do need support. So I really appreciate everything you guys have done for me here, you know, making me feel like we do have a future here on YouTube. And I think it's a good one, especially with this community. It was hard getting to this point. We had to go through a lot of bad eggs, you know, before we can find this group of people that really provides valuable input. They really do care. They're not just here to say inflammatory things in the chat. Like, they really care, they're really concerned, and they're just as curious as I am. So I appreciate you guys. And on that note, I'm out of here. Peace out.